what's up? So today I'll be trying to do the knotless crisscross braids on myself. So let's go ahead and get started. But first, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. So I will be using the Freetress braiding hair, of course. I always use this one. And then I will be using the Shine and Jam magic fingers for braiders to define my parts and sections. And then just to keep my ends moisturized, I will be using some Blue Magic. I do recommend to use a hair butter, but I didn't have any. And then of course I'll be using some rubber bands, and then I decided to oil my scalp with this African Pride Moisture Miracle oil. So I'm just going to go ahead and part my hair down the middle and then across from ear to ear to separate the back where I'll be doing my knotless braids from the front where I'll be doing the crisscross rubber band parts. And to make sure that my part is as clean and straight as possible, I will just go ahead and apply a generous amount of that Shine and Jam to my part and then just clean it up with my rat tail comb. Okay, so after I make sure that that part is as neat and clean as possible, then I will go ahead and start on the back of my head, just pre-parting it and then braiding it. And I am using my laptop just to help me see what I'm doing and just make sure that everything looks pretty decent back there. I actually seen this trick on TikTok where someone used their iPad in their phone to see, like they FaceTime themselves just to see. And so since I'm recording with my camera, I just decided to hook my laptop up. So this part is going to go by a little quickly just because I do have a full detailed video on how I do knotless braids up on my channel. So I will just go ahead and put the link somewhere on the screen or maybe down in the description box for you guys to go and check that out. But I will just go ahead and show you guys once how I start my knotless braid, because after that it's pretty easy. You just braid it all the way down. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and apply some of that Shine and Jam to this section to make sure that everything is nice and clean, and then I'll go ahead and split it into 3 parts so that I can begin braiding. So I will just braid it once, and so then I have a piece of hair on both sides of my middle finger, and then I will go ahead and add in 1 piece of hair, like hook it onto my middle finger so that it covers both pieces of hair on each side of my ring finger. Then I'll go ahead and braid it down once and then add in another piece, braid it down, and then I will go ahead and just keep braiding down, adding Shine and Jam as I go to just make sure that everything is nice and clean. And then once I get down past my hair, then I will go ahead and add another piece of hair and then braid it once and then add another piece of hair, and then I would just braid it all the way down until I get to the end. Once I get to the end, I will leave just like a little bit of hair that's unbraided, and then I would just go ahead and tie a knot, and then I just repeat this whole process until I'm done braiding. But again, if you guys want to see like a full detailed video on how I do my knotless braids, make sure you guys check the description box. Okay, so this is what the back is looking like. This is actually the next day because I did start my hair pretty late, and so I just finished braiding it the next day. But to start on the front, I did go ahead and just part off like a section, and I am just going to go ahead and clean that up using the Shine and Jam and just really make sure that that part is really straight. Then I will go ahead and part this section down the middle and then just really define that part. So now that one section I parted off, it is now into 2 parts. Okay, so once I make sure that that is nice and clean, then I will go ahead and part 1/2 down the middle. So I have 2 parts, and then I will go ahead and add some of that shining jam again, just to make sure that that middle part is nice and clean. And then I will go ahead and add more shining jam to the front part and really make sure that there's no flyaways, it's nice and clean and together. And then I will go ahead and tie a rubber band around it. And then once I tie a rubber band around that front part, then I would take the second part and add some shining jam and twist it. And I just do this just to make sure that the lines are nice and clean, because if it's not and you're just rubber banding everything without making sure that the lines are clean, you're going to be upset and you got to start it all over. And then once I do that, then it is time to cross. So I will go ahead and take one of the front pieces and add some more of that jam and twist it. And I like to twist it because it will definitely define that cross. So once I add some of that shining jam and twist it, I will go ahead and tie the 2 parts together with a rubber band. And then I'll just do the same thing for the other 2 parts. And then there you have a cross. So it looks super good and clean. And then I would just go ahead and do the same process for the other section. So on each side of my head, I'm literally going to do 3 different sections that each has like their own crossing, if that makes sense. You guys will see what I'm talking about, but I literally just repeat this whole process. Okay, so for this section, it's a little different. So I do have 3 different parts in each row that I did. And then I'm also going to be tying the rubber bands differently. So obviously I did go ahead and tie rubber bands around the front 2 parts. And then crossing them, I am going to go ahead and start to tie a rubber band around the second section, and then before I finish doing the rubber band is when I'm going to add in the front part and cross it, so that I'm not using multiple rubber bands. But I really want to make sure that the top of my head was super secured, because the sides of my hair is thinner than the top part. The top is more thicker, and I just really wanted to make sure that it was super secured on there. So that's why I started to tie the rubber band around first and then cross the hair and tie it around. So all in all, I'm using literally just 1 rubber band for each part, if that makes sense. Okay, so once I'm done crossing and rubber banding the front, then I did come out with 12 rows, 6 on each side in those 3 sections on each side. And so I will just go ahead and start to braid all 12 of those rows. And then once I'm done braiding, this is what it is looking like. And I'm just going to make sure that everything is nice and clean by applying some of the Lotta Body foaming mousse. And then once I apply that to the top of my head and down my braids, then I did go ahead and dip my hair into some boiling water. So this is it. This is the end of the video. I really love this hairstyle. I do want to say, make sure you guys are not tying the rubber band super tight in the front. You will definitely have a headache. Your head will hurt. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure you guys give it a thumbs up, comment down below, share, and most definitely subscribe. I'll see you guys soon.